Sleep often stands shoulder to shoulder with nourishment and movement as a pillar of vitality. Yet, this framing underestimates its true role. Sleep is not merely a support beam. It's the bedrock beneath health's grand edifice. Chip away at this foundation, even slightly, and the benefits of a balanced diet or vigorous exercise falter, their luster dimmed. Beyond this, the absence of rest unleashes a silent storm, ravaging every corner of the body's intricate machinery, organs, tissues, and cells, down to the very threads of life woven into DNA. Zoom out to a broader vista, and the evidence looms large. Over 20 sweeping studies, spanning decades and millions of lives, echo a stark truth: less sleep foreshadows a shorter existence. The scourges plaguing modern societies, heart failure, excess weight, memory's decay, sugar's chaos, and rogue cells, all trace tendrils back to restless nights, undermining the systems meant to sustain humanity. This exploration unveils the myriad ways skimping on slumber dismantles the body's core defenses: the pulsing heart, the metabolic dance, the immune shield, and the reproductive spark. Falters, the heart's silent siege. A weary night begets a weary ticker. Vast research from 2011, shadowing over 600,000 souls across 8 nations, revealed a chilling pattern. Dwindling sleep hours amplify the odds of heart disease or its fatal grip by 40%. Another trek through 14 years with 5,000 Japanese men found those resting 6 hours or less faced a staggering 400% surge in cardiac halts compared to their better-rested peers. These ties hold firm even when sifting out smoke, sloth, or heft. Sleep's absence wages its own war on the chest's ceaseless engine. As years pile on and resilience wanes, the stakes climb. Past 40, those snagging fewer than 6 hours nightly double their risk of strokes or heart seizures compared to those cradling 7 or 8. Midlife's clamor, careers, kin, often nudges rest aside, just when it's most vital. Peek at an arm's veins, cinch it tight, and watch them swell. A glimpse of how sleep's lapse floods the body's pipes with pressure. Hypertension, a quiet reaper, claims millions yearly through clogged vessels or ruptured lines, a toll sleep's scarcity fuels. Even a single night shaved by an hour or two quickens the pulse and spikes the pressure coursing through veins, a strain stark in youthful fit frames. Proof vigor offers no shield. Beyond this rush, unrest frays the heart's lifelines, its coronary rivers. A Chicago study of 600 hale adults tracked their vessels over years. Those netting 5 hours or less saw their arteries harden 250% more than those basking in 7+ hours, a clogging that chokes the heart's sustenance. The culprit? A restless sentry called the sympathetic nervous system, roused to frenzy by sleeplessness. Far from gentle, it ignites a primal alarm, surging breath, stress, and pulse. Brief bursts aid survival, fleeing danger, but chronic arousal turns venomous. Decades of trials show sleep's ebb locks this system in overdrive, a relentless throttle mirrored in a roaring motor pushed past its brink. The fallout cascades, brakes on the heart lift, beats race, pressure mounts, stress hormones flood, and healing tides, like growth hormone, dry up, leaving vessels brittle and primed for collapse. Contrast this with sleep's balm. Deep rest dials down this frantic sentinel, easing the heart's tempo and guarding against pressure's rise, a nightly tonic staving off calamity. One global ritual underscores this: daylight savings. Spring's lost hour spikes heart crises the next day. Autumn's gained hour sees them dip. A mere 60 minutes sways not just the heart, but the mind's focus, as road wrecks mirror the shift. Small disruptions, often shrugged off, wield outsized peril. Metabolism's tangled web skimp on sleep, and the scales tip. Appetite swells, and the body's grip on fuel, especially blood's sweet tide, slips. Less than 7 hours nightly boosts the odds of heft, girth, or diabetes creeping shadow. Diabetes racks up billions yearly, obesity trillions, but their personal toll, health's theft, life's truncation, cuts deeper. How sleeplessness paves this path is no mystery. Excess glucose, unchecked, gnaws at eyes, nerves, kidneys, and vessels. Normally, insulin ushers this sugar into cells via gates flung wide, like sluices taming a river's swell. But if cells turn deaf to insulin's call, the tide rises unchecked, birthing a pre-diabetic haze that hardens into type 2's grip. Global surveys first sounded the alarm. Those routinely under 6 hours harbor diabetes at higher rates, a link unswayed by weight, spirits, or age. Controlled trials clinched it. Healthy adults, capped at 4 hours for 6 nights, saw their sugar handling drop 35%. To a healer's eye, they'd teeter on prediabetes edge. Cells, sampled post-trial, revealed the sabotage. Dulled to insulin, they barred glucose's entry, letting it pool perilously. Weight, too, bows to sleep's sway. 2 hormonal puppeteers, satieties, whisperer, leptin, and hunger's herald, ghrelin, tip out of tune. Less sleep dims leptin's enough and amplifies ghrelin's more, a dual lash driving endless craving. At a research haven, volunteers savored 8-hour nights or endured 4-hour stints. Fed alike, moved alike, the short slept, grew ravenous by day 2, their hormones skewed, leptin hushed, ghrelin roaring. Satisfaction fled, even from bountiful plates. Does this hunger translate to heft? Trials say yes. 4 nights at 4 hours piled on 250 extra calories daily, nearly 1,000 across the stretch, versus 8-hour rests. Scale that to a year, bar. A month of reprieve and 60,000 calories stack up, a dozen pounds of gain. Another twist, post-feast, the unrested raided snack troves, cookies, chips, adding 300 calories atop 1,800, spurred by endocannabinoids, kin to cannabis, stoking the munchies. No caloric offset balances this. A day sans sleep burns just 130 extra calories, sleep's labor rivals wakes. Worse, fatigue saps vigor, chaining one to stillness. Cravings skew to sugars and starches, up 35%, as brain scans show impulse curbs fade, primal urges flare, piling on 500 calories of indulgence. Full rest, though, reins this in, soothing gut and mind, fostering balance over bloat. The reproductive eclipse ambitions of lineage or vitality dim under sleep's neglect. Young men, paired to 5 hours for a week, shed testosterone as if aged a decade, a plunge echoing in those with fractured rest. Sperm dwindle by 25%, misshapen, paired with shrunken glands, a bloat of vigor, focus, and bone. Women fare no better. Less than 6 hours slashes fertility hormones by 20%, key to conception's dance. Shift workers, nurses toiling odd hours, face cycles awry by 30%, and conception odds halved. Pregnant, those under 8 hours risk early loss twofold. Together, a couple's unrest brews barrenness, a Darwinian falter, even allure wanes. Faces photographed post-5-hour nights sag in health and charm, judged weary by impartial eyes, unlike their 8-hour glow, a silent nod to beauty's root in rest. Duart, immunity's fading bastion. Recall a flu's grip, fever, aches, the urge to cocoon in blankets. Sleep rallies the body's defenders, arming them against invasion. Illness, in turn, beckons more rest to bolster the fight. Strip this away, and resilience frays. A week's tally via wrist sensors, followed by a cold virus dose, showed, under 5 hours, nearly half fell ill, over 7, just 1 in 5. Flu shots falter too. 4-hour nights have antibody muster, a gap unhealed by later rest, lingering a year. Cancer's specter looms larger. Elite immune sentinels, natural killers, plummet 65% after 1 4-hour night, leaving tumors unchecked. Shiftwork's disruption triples cancer odds: breast, prostate, gut, prompting Denmark to pay recompense. Mice, sleep-starved, saw tumors double, metastasizing fiercely, fed by skewed immune cells. A blaze sleep's absence stokes. The genetic fracture sleep's lapse scars life's blueprint, DNA's elegant coils, housed in each cell's sanctum. Genes, these coils' chapters, guide vital tasks when roused. Unrest muddies this script. A day's deprivation in mice slashes gene vigor by 200%. In humans, a week at 6 hours skews 700 genes, half overactive sparking strife, half muted, starving health. Cholesterol's guardians falter, vessels age, beyond function, structure frays. Chromosomes, DNA's bundled cords, wear caps, telomeres, like lace ends. Short sleep erodes these, bearing the strands, a decay mimicking time's relentless march. 2 peers, one rested, one not, diverge in biological youth, the unrested etched older by night's neglect. This self-inflicted tampering, an edit to life's code, ripples through heart, weight, womb, shield, and essence. Sleep is no mere pillar, but the cradle of survival, its loss a quake unmaking the body's fragile fortress.